mention a little bit about how he's done a lot with genetics and created a lot of the flavors that we all like to.
Where's that mochi?
And this is someone that, again, I think all of the honorees have amazing branding. So I'm sorry to repeat myself, but this guy has amazing branding, amazing packaging with an amazing product that is inside of it. So without further ado, let's give it up for Mario.
Yeah.
Mr. Sherbinsky.
Sherbinskky at that shop on Bear Class over there. I see you.
Hey guys. Mainly just want to thank some people, tell a quick little story, but you know, a lot of my big brothers, when I'm sitting here, and I just really feel honored. You know, I feel like the young guy in the crew here. You know, B, Josh, Chang, Steve, obviously, you know, people that I really respect going back to when I was a teenager. And you know, through music, through culture, through the different ways that they're able to reach out in their communities. You know, I think a lot of these guys probably never thought that they were anything special or they were chosen people, but at some point in their life they realized that there was something much bigger at stake here. You know, Steve talked about, you know, people that have a connection with the plant. And, you know, for me, you know, I found that connection in a garage in San Francisco with my good friend Jigger. And, you know, shout out to Jigger, shout out to the San Francisco Bay Area, where it's the so many, there's so much energy there and so much creation on so many levels, whether it's music or tech, or now we find it cannabis. And so, you know, making, you know, these 2 or 3 light, small batches, and I loved, and every single leaf I would pick off, and, you know, I would watch the plants go to bed, and I would literally feel like sometimes I could see them grow. And then going down with my backpack to Haight Street, to where I met, at the Vapor Room, where I met Martin Olive, who to this day is someone who, you know, this is back in 2003, 2004, around there, you know, and I wasn't sure if this was what I wanted to do. I was doing real estate at the time, but then real estate started to really suck. So a friend of mine suggested that I put a couple lights in my garage, and you know, I went down and I got Ed Rosenthal's book on Haight Street. That was when there was a lot of shout out to Ed. And my friend who was going to teach me everything and give me all the genetics, he ended up moving down to LA, broke up with his girlfriend, and he wouldn't answer any of my calls. So it was me and my little 5x10 garage, and it was Ed's book. And you know, I just put everything into it, and I loved it, and I found this connection with the plant. Taking my first backpack, you know, with a couple of pounds and some water hash I made down to meet Martin, you know, printing out from the Department of Health in San Francisco the first 10 dispensaries, you know, pretty much on the planet. And it was all started there in San Francisco. And what I feel fortunate of is that I was, and what I always try to, when I look back at what my narrative was and what my story really was it was about that beginning relationship between the small urban farmer and then these dispensaries and these people, you know, some of you here, you know, today that I had a relationship with, and it was as simple as bringing our backpack down, man, this looks great, how much you want, you got paid, and then the dispensaries were able to get that out into the community. And so as much as I loved and I understood the importance of building the brand through the street, I feel like one of the things that brought success to me is I always did both. I always got a few pounds to Sacramento, to San Jose, to LA as the LA market started to expand, and then people really started to, you know, have good cannabis. Sunset Sherbert is one that I was able to do, a cookie fam. Subsequently, we were able to do the gelato. And there was just one day that I was in the dispensary, and people kept on coming up to me and telling me how, you know, this strain really makes me feel special. I don't know what it is, but, you know, I like the way it makes me feel. People suffering from PTSD, people that can't sleep. And for those of you that can't sleep, you know, when you go from 3 hours sleeping to 5 hours sleeping, for a lot of people that can be life-changing. And it was at that moment that I decided to dedicate my life to this plant. And, you know, and it's been a roller coaster ride, you know, ever since. And as I get older, one of the things that I want to represent this cannabis industry is as corporate money comes in and as we spread our message that we started in San Francisco around the world, it is a message of compassion. And I think that and then the other thing is, I feel like we can be compassionate, but we can do it with style. We can be cool. We can connect all the dots, you know, whether it's the shoes we wear, the music we listen to, the culture that we're part of. And I think the reason why I'm really here and I really want to give it up to Chang is for years now, you know, even with the music that he would bring, the people that were smoking cannabis, that were pushing the envelope, you know, whether it was Redman, Be Real, Method Man, on and on and on, the artists, when I was a young kid, you know, early 2000s, and I would just go out and they would create this environment, you know, that we talked about. And I think for myself, I've tried to take what they've done and I've tried to take it to the next level and continue to pay that forward and push in whatever way that I can to, you know, show respect and honor to my brothers and sisters that have done it before me. So thank you. I appreciate you. Shane, brother, I really appreciate you. I fuck with you heavily because you're passionate. You truly want to connect the people in this community. And to me, that's the spirit of what High Hopes is all about. And I'll continue to support your event forever, brother. I love you.